Good morning, students. I am Rama Devi, working as a chemistry faculty in Target English Medium School at Tadpatri. Today, this video we are going to explain for 9th class students in Is Matter Pure chapter. This is one of the separation method, that is nothing but separation of components which are presented in A. Separation of components in A. That is the method name. Separation of components in air. In air is nothing but it is a mixture of number of gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and remaining any noble gases which are presented in only in the atmospheric air. So that's why we can say air is a mixture of all gases. That from that mixture of gases we can separate only the oxygen. Oxygen is very important. It is a breathing gas for us. That gas is separated by using this technical equipment. This is a diagrammatical representation for separation of liquid oxygen. Liquid oxygen from the mixture of air. From the mixture of air, we can separate only oxygen by using this technical diagrammatical representation. Once you carefully observe the diagram, all of you see carefully. Once you carefully observe the diagram, what is the method name? Separation of components in air. We can separate the components presented in the air. So we can say air is the mixture of all gases. So that from that gases we only separate the liquid oxygen. And finally you can see once carefully you observe that that is a mixture of all gases. From that only we can separate the oxygen. Are you understand, Anna? So see, what is the first one means? Air under pressure is the first column, and second column is the freezing cold water in one part, and another part is water outlet, and third part is nothing but it is the cold compressed air is entered into the third column. The third column after is nothing but total is fractional distillation column. You observe the down of the diagram, that is fractional distillation column. Are you observe that? That is fractional distillation column. Okay, see first one air under pressure, and second column is one is freezing water in, another one is water outlet. After freezing the air, water can be outlet, and third column is here the cold compressed air was entered into there. This is the fractional distillation column totally. I give the round up also the fractional distillation column, and finally we get the liquid oxygen. See once the diagram totally. Here from here onwards we can pass the air. From here onwards we can pass the air. That's why we can write air in filters. Here some filters are there. Any impurities are presented in the mixture of air or gases. That impurities are removed out and only the gas is entered into this device. This device we can apply the more pressure. In this device we can apply the more pressure. What happened when pressure is more? What happened? The air was converted into hot air. The air was converted into hot air. So when we apply the more pressure, what happened means the volume of the gas will be reduced and the temperature of the air will be increases. It was converted to the hot air. This hot air was entered into the second device. So, in the second device, we have changed the hot air into cool air by introducing the freezing cold water in. Freezing cold water in. What is the freezing means? Gadda powder. Freezing. Freezing ice cubes. Nothing but solid ice cubes. Freezing cold water we have to enter into here this phenomena. These spirals or circles, the air by doing this mission type device, the air was cooled by using the freezing cold water in. And after the process was completed, the water outlet from this way, the water in from this way, the water out from this way. This cool air was passed into the cold compressed air. Where compression will be there, here compression will be there. Where cooling process was done, here cooling process was done. So from this way, the cold compressed air was passed into the next device. Here, what happened means, see once any unwanted particles are there, we can remove from this way, and otherwise we can pass into the fractional distillation column. Already we know in past video I said what is fractional distillation method means a small fined particles also refined and also what we can say separated. A small mistake is also found out and easily separated. In this column we are separated any unwanted particles, that is nothing but unwanted air particles like nitrogen and argon out in this way. Nitrogen and argon out from the air. So the remaining one is the liquid oxygen we get for this device. This is the expansion jet. Actually it is a compressed air is passed through into the direct device. Here again what happened? Again the compressed air is expanded somewhat. Okay, that expansion air is introduced into the another device as a liquid oxygen. How the air was converted into becomes liquid oxygen means by applying the more pressure. By applying the more pressure in the air, for example, from one particle to another particle, there is a gap is there like this. When we apply the more pressure, what happens? The volume of the air will be, the particles will be reduces. When the volume will be reduces, what happens? It was converted into the gaseous particles to liquid particles. So, by using this technique, we can separate the oxygen from the mixture of all gases. Separation of components in the air. This is the diagrammatical representation. Once also carefully observed, air under pressure is a first device. In second device, we are inlet the freezing cold water, and after the process was completed, we are outlet the water, that is water outlet, and also that cold compressed air was introduced into the third device. In the third device is connected to the directly a fractional distillation column. In that fractional distillation column, we can separate the remaining unwanted air particles. Those are nitrogen and argon out. And remaining liquid oxygen we get into a separate device. Okay. This is the separation of components in the air. There is nothing process. Just by seeing diagram only we can write the matter. Now, what is the continuing topic to this video means? Nothing but what are the differences between mixtures and compounds? What are the differences between mixtures and compound? How we can say it is a mixture? How we can say it is a compound? Are you understanding now? So, what are the differences between mixtures and compounds? Now, I will write the differences between mixtures and compounds. How we can recognize it is a mixture or it is a compound? Yes. Our first point in mixtures is what we can say. What is a mixture means? A mixture is nothing but it contains the two or more than two types of components just mixed together to form a mixture. The elements or components just mixed together to form a mixture. There is no new substances formed in the mixture. Are you understanding now? The elements are the components, whatever may be. Either the elements or either the components just mixed together to form the mixtures. Are you understand? For example, take the soil and the water. Both are mixed together. That is also called a mixture. It is a heterogeneous mixture. Are you understand? Just mixed together to form the mixture. Elements or components are mixed together, are just mixed together to form a mixture. And what are the compounds? Compounds are nothing but it is a new substance Are you understand? The compound is nothing but it is a new substance. The elements are the components, whatever it may be, those are chemically react together. Those are chemically react together to form the compound. Okay. Are chemically react with each other to form compounds. Are you understanding how the compounds are formed? When the elements or components are chemically react together. For example, copper is reacted with oxygen to form copper oxide. Are you understand? Here also I will say one example. You write the example also, no problem. The soil is mixed with water. The soil is mixed with water. Soil is presented in the water is also a mixture. Just soil is mixed with water. But here chemically react together. The copper is reacts with oxygen to form the copper oxide. To form the copper oxide. That's why here there is no new substance are formed. Here always new substances are formed or products are formed. New substances are formed. Are you understanding now? Yes. What is the third one? Third point means a mixture is always resemble the properties of the constant particles. A mixture is always resembling the properties of the constant particles. Means a mixture contains the which particle? For example, soil and water is a mixture. The soil and water have the properties of the soil and water only. The soil and water is a heterogeneous mixture. It resembles the properties of soil and water. Why? Because in soil and water heterogeneous mixture, it contains the soil particles and the water particles. So this mixture shows the properties of or resembles the properties of the constant particles. But in compounds, the new substances properties are entirely different from the constant substances or the presented substances. For example, copper properties is different, copper oxide properties are different. Are you understand my point, Nana? In mixtures, the properties of mixture is always resemble with or show the properties with the constant particles. But in the compounds, the properties of the new substance is always different from the constant particles. I will write the third point here. The mixture shows the properties as resemble means polika. Resemble with constant particles. Constituent particles means which are having constituent particles. Are you understanding now? Again I repeat, the mixture shows the properties are resemble with the constituent particles. But here what happened? The properties of new compounds, new substances or new compounds are always different. The properties of new compounds different from the components. Different from the components which are presented in the compound. Components. Are you understanding at the third part? Once again see carefully. The mixtures shows the properties are resemble means which are having the similarity with the constituent particles. But here in third point, the properties of new compounds are different from the components which are present in the compounds. For example, I will say now clearly the copper oxide is a new compound or product which is formed by the mixing, which is formed by reacting of copper and oxygen. The properties of copper oxide is entirely different like from the copper and oxygen. Are you understanding now? This is the three properties. And next fourth point is a mixture is always contain a fixed composition. Contain the fixed composition. But a compound, a newly formed substance, always contain fixed composition. Always contain fixed composition. Always contain the fixed composition. Next, fifth point, last point. Mixtures are means the components in the mixtures. The components in the mixtures are easily separated. By physical methods. Are easily separated by physical methods. But the components in compounds, are not separated by physical methods. Are not easily separated by physical methods. By physical means I will write PS, physical methods. But separated by chemical or electrochemical methods. Chemical or what? Electrochemical methods. Chemical or what? Electrochemical methods. Electrochemical methods. Are you understanding now? So, once again I repeat the fourth point. A mixture is always contain the fixed composition. Soil mixture, soil and water mixture always contain the same composition. The soil having the same soil composition, water also having the similarity composition. Both are mixed means always having the same composition. There is no different composition in the mixtures. But in the compounds, why? Because in the compounds a newly formed product is there. That product is always different from the constant particles already I said. A newly formed substance always contain the, a mixture is always contain the fixed composition and newly formed substance always contain different composition. Always contain different composition. Here fixed composition, here different composition. There is no similarity here. But here always fixed composition. Okay. Here the mixture is always contain the fixed composition. Here the compounds are contained the different compositions. So in mixtures, the components from the mixtures we are easily separate the components by using any physical methods. For example, the soil and mixture are easily separated by the filtration process. By taking one filter, we have to separate the soil and the water. By doing the filtration technique, we are easily separated. But the compounds, they are not easily separated. The components in the compounds are not easily separated by the physical methods, but by using the chemical methods or electrochemical methods. By using the chemical methods or electrochemical methods, we are easily separate the components in the compounds. Again, I repeat the 5 points in 5 seconds only. So, what is the first point in mixtures means? Mixtures nothing but the components are just mixed together and form the mixtures. But the compound means the components are react together to form the compounds. In mixtures, there is no new substances formed is the second point. But in compounds, always a new substance is formed. What is the third point? The properties of mixtures is always resemble with the properties of particles, constraint particles. Third point in the compounds. The properties of compounds is not always resemble with the constraint particles. The properties of newly formed substance is always different from the constraint particles. Fourth point, the composition is always fixed. The composition is not always fixed. It is a different. Here, the components are easily separated by the physical methods. Here, the components are not easily separated by the physical methods. We are using the chemical methods or electrochemical methods.